Three tools, one AI, but which one actually belongs in your workflow? Claude Code, Claude Chat, and the Claude API each exist for completely different reasons, and picking the wrong one will slow you down. Think of it like this. You wouldn't use a Swiss Army knife to perform surgery. Each Claude interface is purpose-built. Using the wrong one is like emailing your entire team when you just needed a sticky note. At the core, all three interfaces talk to the same underlying Claude model, but the experience, control, and use case differ dramatically. Let's start with Claude.ai, the one most people know. Claude.ai is your browser-based chat interface. No setup, no code, no API keys. It's ideal for drafting documents, brainstorming, asking one-off questions, and exploring ideas. Think of it as your AI thinking partner. Here's what a typical Claude.ai workflow looks like. A human opens the browser, types a question, Claude responds, and the conversation continues. Simple, stateful within a session, and zero engineering required. Now let's talk about Claude Code. This is where things get interesting for developers. Claude Code is a command-line tool, an agentic coding assistant that lives right in your terminal. Claude Code reads your actual files, runs shell commands, edits code, and executes tests, all autonomously. You describe what you want in plain English, and Claude handles the implementation. It's like pair programming with a senior engineer who never sleeps. Getting started is simple. Install Claude Code via npm, authenticate with your Anthropic account, and just run the Claude command in any project directory. From there, you can ask it to fix bugs, write tests, or refactor entire modules. Here's how Claude Code actually operates under the hood. It doesn't just chat, it runs an agentic loop. It reads context, plans steps, executes tools like bash and file edits, observes results, then loops again until the task is done. Now the Claude API. This is for developers who want to build products powered by Claude. You send HTTP requests, get JSON back, and control every parameter. System prompts, temperature, streaming, all yours to configure. Here's a minimal Python example calling the Claude API. You install the Anthropic SDK, set your API key, and send a messages request. 10 lines of code and you have Claude integrated into any application. A real-world API architecture looks like this. Your backend service calls the Claude API, which returns a response. You can layer in caching with Redis, store conversations in a database, and serve results to your frontend, all under your control. So how do Claude Code and Claude.ai compare directly? Claude.ai is human-facing, you type, it responds. Claude Code is agent-facing, it reads files, runs code, and works autonomously. Both use the same model, but the agency level is completely different. Here's the mental model. Think of Claude.ai as hiring a consultant to advise you. Think of Claude Code as hiring a contractor who actually builds things in your codebase. Think of the Claude API as buying raw materials to build your own consulting firm. When should you use each one? Use Claude.ai when you need quick answers, want to draft content, or explore a concept. Use Claude Code when you're actively coding and want an AI agent working alongside you. Use the API when you're building a product for other people. One more thing, these tools aren't mutually exclusive. Many developers use Claude.ai to prototype a prompt, Claude Code to implement it in their codebase, and then deploy the API to serve it to users. They form a natural development pipeline. Here's the full picture, a unified workflow where all three Claude interfaces work together. You prototype in chat, automate implementation with Claude Code in your IDE, and serve the final product to end users through the API. Quick summary: Claude.ai, no-code, browser-based for humans. Claude Code, agentic CLI tool for developers who want AI in their workflow. Claude API, raw programmatic access for teams building AI-powered products. Same model, totally different power. The right Claude interface can transform how you work. Start with Claude.ai today, try Claude Code in your next coding session, and explore the API when you're ready to build something bigger. The best tool is the one you actually use.